Joe, when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles defense, it doesn't look like they do a ton of blitzing, a ton of stunning, a ton of twisting. It looks like they line up and say, "Here we are, come beat us." Is that pretty much their mindset?
I'm kind of ready for anything at this point. They've done a lot of blitzing in years past, and they haven't done a lot so far this year. So I'm just going to go in with an open mind, ready for anything.
Joe, obviously the first couple of games, the one thing missing has been the big play. Is that something that just is going to take more game reps, or is it something you think you can get that timing down on some of those chunk plays and plays down the field in practice?
That's something that is an emphasis for me this week, is getting that right. We've also played two styles of defenses that don't give up big plays and keep everything in front of you and make you check it down and work down the field. But we've also missed some opportunities to put the ball down the field. So we're going to get more opportunities. We're just going to have to connect on them.
Joe, when you look at the first two games as a rookie, obviously you learn a lot. Going into game number 3, what do you feel like you've learned that's benefited you going into game 3 the most?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough question. You're focused on every week just studying the game plan and studying the defense. It's tough to reflect right now. I don't really want to reflect on past weeks yet. I'm focused on the moment and trying to win this game.
Thank you.
Joe, is connecting on that deep ball this week a main point of emphasis for you personally, or is there anything else that stands out that you want to do better against the Eagles?
Yeah, that's the biggest emphasis for me. We haven't really connected on those yet. 2 weeks into the season, we're just going to have to get it right.
On a number of plays on Thursday, you left the pocket to scramble. Just on a random play, what goes into your decision to scramble and leave the pocket?
Whether or not I can feel that the defense that's called is going to be effective against the play that we have called. If I can tell the coverage is going to clamp up the concept we have, I'm going to be quicker to get out than if I can hang in there a little extra time and my route's going to get open. So there's a lot of things that go into it. Those are the two main ones.
You've developed a pretty good rapport with Tyler Boyd quickly. Why, and what do you like about him?
He's a really good player. That's the number one reason. He gets open on just about every route. He understands what we're trying to do in the offense and understands zone and man coverages. I'm excited to work with him. He's a great player.
Oh, he played some quarterback. Mason Schreck, who was just activated at tight end, also played some quarterback. Have you found over the years that guys that have played quarterback that convert the tight end or a wide receiver have a pretty good understanding of leverage and coverages and all that sort of thing? They get on the same page quickly?
I don't think I've ever played with anybody that's converted from a quarterback to anybody else. I do know Mason, everyone's confident in Mason, and when he gets his opportunities this week, I know he'll be ready for them.
Speaking of another converted quarterback, I think C.J. Uzomah was also a quarterback.
Huh.
What do you miss with him not being in there, and what have you seen, with Drew that he may be ready to step in?
The number one thing we're going to miss with CJ is his leadership. He's really helped me through this, these last 6 weeks, that we've been here, and he's kind of been a security blanket for me. So it's tough to see him go down. I know he's bummed out. We're all bummed out for him, but he's going to come back strong. And we have a lot of confidence in Drew and Mason. Drew's been playing really, really well. So we're just going to have to keep that going.
Joe, you talked about the Philadelphia defense. What about, do they do anything special in the secondary to, zone man-to-man? I mean, do they do anything special?
Every team has their own identity and they have theirs. I'm not going to go into all the specifics of it. We're going to have our game plan on how to attack what they do.
Joe, what's the relationship been with, now that you're in the season, what's that rapport been with Zach so far? And, how have you gotten to feel kind of the working relationship after 2 weeks?
It's been great. I think we're both very confident in each other. I think it's been awesome so far. Obviously, everyone's itching for the first win, and it's getting time to get that win, and everyone feels it in the building. There's some urgency, and I think we're going to have a really good week of practice.
Joe, a lot of guys were effusive in their praise of you before the season started. Now that the season started, obviously not the start that you would want, but they're still maintaining their confidence. And you talk about how that feels to you to know they're still behind you.
From inside the building?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we're all confident in each other. We know what we're capable of. We still have 14 games left. So we're not panicking by any means. But we do know we have to play better to get wins.
Joe, you personally, are you seeing the field the way you want to see it? I mean, are you satisfied with, trusting your eyes, seeing what you feel like you're seeing?
Yeah. I think I took a big step personally in the last game. Felt super comfortable back there. I think we played well as an offense, not well enough to win. But I think we took some steps on, I guess it was Thursday. All these days run together, but we took some steps on Thursday towards the right direction.
Joe,
I don't remember many throwaways yet, Joe. Is that something that you need to increase to avoid hits?
I'm gonna try to extend plays and make plays down the field. There was one play last week where I should have thrown the ball away, and one the week before where I should have thrown the ball away. So if I can get those right and not take those sacks or turnovers, then that's kind of the next step for me.
Was there a difference in 6,000 fans being at the game Thursday versus not in the stands in the opener? And are there ways that they can make the pumped-in crowd noise a little more realistic, or how did you feel like that went?
When you're on the field, you don't really notice the fans, whether there's 100,000 or 6,000 or 0. It all feels the same to you, and I think that's how you have to attack it. Otherwise, you're going to let the environment get to you.
Do you think they should have booing in the pumped-in crowd noise?
I sure hope not. That would be terrible.
They had it on the TV for Carson. I don't know if you saw, but Carson Wentz experienced some booing that wasn't in the stadium apparently, but it was on the TV. So I was just wondering if you thought that might make it feel more realistic if there was some different kind of sounds to the noise.
I personally would not like to be booed by the sound operator in the booth, so I'm gonna vote no on that one.
All right, everyone, 2 more minutes with Joe. Does anyone have any more questions? All right, Joe.
Thanks, guys.
For your time. Appreciate it.